Hello, tarot friends. Hi. Sorry for making you wait. I'm 2 minutes late because working and momming and all the things. But thank you so much for being here. I have been thinking about this tag since the day that I saw it. As some of you know, that same morning I was laying in bed thinking about a similar tag, but that allowed for much more. So something like if I could take 10 and it would be 10 tarot, 10 oracle, 10 Lenormand. And I thought, wow, that would be a really great challenge for me to try to do that. Not with any end goal of minimizing or culling my collection or anything like that, but just as like a fun exercise and to see other people's kind of favorites. And it could even extend to books and crystals and pendulums. What are your 10 favorites, right? So just to give you an idea of where my mindset is with like choosing lists of things, because this was very difficult for me. Many of you here know that because I've been talking about it for the past couple weeks. I've made a list, I've crossed out half the list, I've made an entirely new list. I've gone to a new page, so I'm not seeing any of the old list and waiting a couple days and trying again and seeing what comes to my mind. Long story short, I have come up with 10. And I'm going to take a little break there and say hi to everyone who's here. Zane, good morning. I won't be able to stay, but wanted to pop in and say, hey, Deanne and everyone, sending so much love to you all. Well, that is just very sweet. Thank you so much. Or she is here, needing to work, but listening. Govinda's here. Hello. Happy Wednesday. Thank you for joining us. Robin says, hey, Deanne and everybody, probably just going to be resting and watching. That is perfectly fine. We're happy you're here. Oh, man, I am out of breath because I've been running around, but thank you. Jamie says, good morning, sip, sip, let's play. So yes, I will get right into my list of 10 for anyone who's searching this tag, this VR, and then we will have our usual like Friday playtime. Scott's here. Hello, happy Wednesday. He says, hey, Deanne, Orshi, and Robin, I can't stay, but just wanted to say a quick hello and appreciate you. Have a nice day, everyone. Thank you for popping in. Orshi says hello to Scott. Everyone's saying hello, so lovely. Hello, hello, Isabel. Working as well, but looking forward to listening. Thank you all for being here. I know we had to switch it up this week. I have a baby appointment Friday, so holy chat jump. Hold on. Okay, here we go. All the hellos. Chris is here. Elemental Cartomancy. Happy Wednesday. Okay. Or she has a new prototype that arrived. Hold on to that thought. We'll talk about that. Sarah is here. Hello. Happy Wednesday. The hellos. I think we're getting close. Sandra's here. Amazing. Yes, we're going to jump into this list before I change my mind. Okay, so again, I, just as a disclaimer, I enjoy all of these decks behind me. There's one, maybe two, actually. I thought of another one this morning that haven't quite set in with me yet, but not that I'm really put off by. Just, one's the yoga tarot that I always talk about, and it's like worth some cash. So I think I don't know, do I really want to sell one of my decks? And I've never sold one or passed one on unless it was a duplicate or I got a different edition or something like that. I've never gotten rid of a deck. And so again, just to kind of build this framework, this was extremely difficult for me. There's a little overflow list, but I just wrote a little overflow list of what was back and forth on my list to give you an idea. So things that are not on the 10. There are no RWS. I had my mini RWS on there for a long time. My this mini Radiant Wise. This was the one that was going to be because I super love it. But it's not. It's not there. Mini RWS, Majestic Earth, Shimmering Veil. I didn't end up with anything that was super scenic, like the majestic earth, which is something that I kind of crave seeing. Some of these things I wrote off as, well, I could have like an image of one of those in my Benebell planner, right? Because in my mind, I have my Benebell planner. So things like Marielle, Tarot of Shadows, my Crystal Tarot that I read within the shop, my Archetypes deck by Kim Krans, all astrology and all Lenormand decks I did not include in here because I can have that information in my Benebell planner. And I have 2 of my oracles can kind of double as Lenormand. So at the beginning, I just cut Lenormand completely out of it because I use that a lot. Lenormand system is amazing to me and I love it so much. I just had to completely cut it out, if that makes any sense. It would have taken over my list. And so I just didn't include that, but I'll show you how I got around that. So those things are out. True Black, Illuminated Earth Oracle, Trinity Tarot, and Transient Light, which you know are near and dear to me, not on the list. Way Home Tarot, not on the list. Lost Forest, Whispering Spirits, I can't. This is my overflow list. Oh, Tarot of the Holy Spectrum, I put a huge sad face. Okay, that's all. That's all my disclaimers. Let's have a sip and we'll get into my list. Okay, Debbie, hello and welcome. Gov has that Lenormand love too. That's amazing. Tony is here. I knew it was maybe too good to be true. Did you find loopholes? Nope. I stuck to 10. I swear. I just will show you how I'm going to use some of the oracles as Lenormand. So that's how I got around that. But I have 10 decks sitting right here and I follow the rules. So here we go. There are many things I love. I just can't. Regina, hello. Happy Wednesday. Okay, here we go. They're in no particular order. Let's start Oracle. So some of you, most of you probably know this because I've said it probably 10 times, that in a top 10 list, the rest of which was unknowable. Well, the first 2 I've said, that my Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle would be on that list, no matter what, that it's one of my favorite decks across the board, right? You've heard me say that. So I pulled out, I have 3 copies of this, 3 versions really. I would take the original smallest one in my amazing Kelly Bear pouch with a scully and crossbones. So here's what's up. I love the Mildred Payne because it's a symbols deck, and that's one of my favorite things. I love the production and the style and the purpose of this deck. I just love it. It's adorable. I can use it in so many ways. I can use these as topic cards, like when I do my big Romney spreads and I put, which I know you're still waiting to see, we'll do it someday. I can put candle like at the top, right? I can choose them out separate or I can draw them out. And then I can put cards underneath that. I can use these as categories. I read them in 3 cards and 9 cards. I add them to tarot readings. I absolutely love this deck, and this was a no second guessing. It creeps you out. Oh, Govinda, look how cute the cauldron is. Kelly Fitzgerald at The Truth and Story has a really nice video about this that shows like the light and dark aspects and how balanced this really is, but that's not to dismiss and say that it's not still going to creep you out. The Chalice, this is the only Patrick Valenza deck I had for a long time, and it was the only one I felt really drawn to for a long time. I now also have Midnight Edition Oracle of Black Enchantment, which I do love, but I totally understand that. So anyway, this is one I've said that I would have to have. And this one never shifted off of my list. This and the next one I'm going to show you were solid on the list, okay? Tony says the Lenormand double up. Now, yes, this one I can. Kelly Bear has a great video about which one she designates as like the Lenormand like copies, basically. And yes, so I could absolutely use this one. This is one of my Lenormand double ups, and I will show you the next one momentarily. But now to get to the second one that never shifted off the list. Speaking of Kelly Fitzgerald, the Journey Oracle. This was a have to be. Okay. This is amazing. Or she says this is on the wish list too. Sarah's talking about the Seance edition. Kristen, are you high? I don't know. You will have to answer that question for yourself. But welcome. Happy Wednesday. Yeah, and again, it may not change your opinion, but she just does so well with that. I love how she goes through, how Kelly Fitzgerald goes through and makes piles of like almost all the decks that she shows. I might be exaggerating, but like she categorizes them in different ways, and I just love seeing that. So I have two sizes of this. I don't know if I'm allowed to bring both, probably not, but I just brought them both so you could see them, because part of this list, part of the purpose of me doing this VR is so people can say, wow, these are her 10 favorite things. Maybe I should, if something's interesting to me, maybe I should look into it. So I love doing like energy refocus readings with these and layering them one on top of the other. So I do love having both sizes. If I'm not allowed to bring both sizes, I would bring my journey tokens, because that's not a deck. And then the journey tokens correspond to this. And then I could put my journey tokens on top of the cards as I draw them out. And I could also still use them as casting. So let me show you some more. This is just it's basic, but it's very thorough. Waxing moon, right? We have these beautiful, I think watercolor paintings, right? So here's your receptive. Here's a web. I probably could use this as a Lenormand too. This, Sandra, you really do. You would love this. We have the directions. We have abdication and responsibility. There's one word and one like additional keyword, I guess. Unseen, the hidden, there's upper world. It's very like all encompassing, but very simple, right? We have the elder, maturity. We have those 4 phases of aging, basically. We have the new moon. There's also one of the main 7, each of one of the main 7 chakras included here. And that's what you use for like the main energy refocus that she does. So here's our heart chakra card. These are just so amazing, right? We have higher connection, day and night, just everything I want is included here. This is just so foundational for me. So that's that. That's my number 2 oracle. Okay. Yes, watercolor. Thank you. Yes, the hexagons are so cute. Here are the backs in case I didn't show those. You also can get a PDF of, there are guidebooks that come with these. I ordered mine on Lulu. They look really nice. So it tells you, different ways you might use them and what her intentions are. Things like that. So there's that. I'm gonna kind of clean as I go. So then, I'm not going to stop for comments too much because I want to keep this part quick for people watching back. But just a couple. Isabel says, there's so much you guys know about different ways of reading, layering, etc. I can just about manage a tarot and oracle. That's fine. I've been doing this for a really long time. And so you just kind of start playing around with things. I don't know. I started out really not having much direction way back when. And so I just made things up as I go. And I find now that they are things that other people do as well. Yeah, let's put that up there. Sip, sip. Yes, I love 6 is like my not my life path, but my like day number, like the numerology, like I'm September 24th. And so like I've just always loved 6 anyway. I used to have 3 names. They were all 6 letters each. When I told my mom that in junior high, by the way, she flipped out. And now I added a 4th name when I got married, and that also has 6 letters in it. So not the numerology of the letters in the name, but just the number of letters included. Anyway, my 3rd deck in my list of 10 is Work Your Light Oracle. This is, so when I did my soul deck tag way back when, the tarot deck I'm going to show you is on that. I almost kicked out my soul deck, my soul tarot, by the way, because I did not know what to do. But this, I did a tarot soul deck and an oracle soul deck, and this was it. I am very starseed centric, and I love cosmic-y stuff. And I feel at home with the Star Child and Moon Child tarot, but because there was no wiggle room on my tarot list, and because this is my oracle soul deck, I brought this. So, so there's a little distinction for me what a soul deck is. Like I never was searching for one. I just found that tag and I'm like, oh, out of the things I have now, what is my soul deck? So you know that Mildred Payne is like my favorite thing I always talk about, but this deck touched my soul when I saw it. Okay, so that's just how I decided. Chris got his first round deck a few weeks ago. Not sure how he feels about it. You'll get used to it. It's okay. I'm just telling you how it's going to be. Okay, so I first saw Imogen Walters show this. This was way back at the beginning of my tarot tube journey. And at the time, like blue is my favorite color, of course. But at that time, I was like very drawn to pink. And I don't know, it was this crazy phase. It must have just been like this heart phase. And a video of Simon's I had watched at that time, he was talking about, he was talking about pink and purple on things, but he was like going in depth about the color pink. And it's just like, I watched this the next day and just all of these things were aligning like that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. Like when I saw the backs, I just was like, wow, I need that. I don't know. Yes, I have spoken. You will love it. Just kidding. Okay, so Dance with Life. Like I am a dancer, as some of you know, and there was like this legit dancer doing like actual dance moves. Like sometimes it's just an artist's depiction of it and it's okay, but like this person's feet and her back and her shoulder to neck, we call that épaulé. Her lines and everything are legit. And so I was really happy to see. Now everyone can dance and I don't really care what you look like, but it was nice to see this, what I can tell is a classically trained person, whether that's ballet or whatever else. Here, this is more like a modern thing actually with a lyrical costuming. So what happened is there are different like starseed, Pleiades, different locations and things like that. The Akasha, something I'm really into. The Great Gathering. This one really kind of stopped me. Just all of this felt like home to me. I don't know how else to explain it. When Imogen showed this deck, I just thought this is amazing. There's a no card in it, which I loved. It was hard for me, by the way, not to put Crystal Ball Pocket Oracle in here because I love that little, again, symbols, fortune type deck. The Star Mother, all of these things. And I just felt like really taken with it and had to have it. And so this is my number 3. They're, again, not in order, but this is my, like my star connection deck that I would bring with me. But yes, yeah. Starseed Oracle. Yes, I have that one too and super love it. Hello, Donna. I think I saw you and I didn't say hello. Donna got this and the Muse Tarot around the same time. I wanted to pair them because they both have roses on the back. Yeah, so beautiful. So yeah, everything about this just drew me in. Feeling home in the cards is a cool thing. Yes, amazing. Oh yes, I saw that mod too. That was awesome. Someone chopped the sides off to give it flat edges, but they left the round and then they put their own little like key phrase at the bottom. It looks really good. Okay, side notes. So there's my number 3. I'm running out of room because, you know, Oracle. Okay. The next one, number 4, is Antiquities of Magic Oracle. And if you stick around for the playtime and chat segment of this live, then we will open the mini one that I got. It arrived yesterday. Isabel made me do it. So here's Antiquities of Magic Oracle. Have to have this. It's similar in some ways to the Mildred Payne because it's a symbols deck, though it's not going to have that creepy vibe. These are the backs. They're absolutely incredible. Is this the title? No, this one is. Oh no, I turned back my Lenormand set. Okay, so this is the deck that I have, and I've shown it on a live before, that I've split this into cards so that there's a Lenormand deck within it, okay? I'm not going to say what they all are right now because I can't think that long and I want to keep going. I saw Orshi say earlier that my 10 is going to be the most dangerous for her, and Sandra is on the same page. And you know, I labored over this task since day 1 that I saw it. So this is it. The staff, the fish, look how beautiful this is. Now, the concept of this deck is that these are symbols found in the RWS Tarot. So there's that specificity to it, unlike the Mildred Payne. So it can be more directly tarot related. So that's one reason I brought it. The other reason I brought it is because I love her artwork. I have the Naked Heart Tarot. I love it so much. This accompanies it because it's the same art style. So excited to open the mini. We will look at that together. Also brought this one because it has some animal energy, and I did choose one animal tarot. I love working with animal decks, but there's not a lot in here in my list. So this helps kind of give me that animal energy as well. This is my child card for Lenormand. Isn't it so cute? The wreath is what I use for the ring. House is the house. But again, this would be my second, as Tony pointed out earlier. Yes, I would use the Mildred Payne, but I could also use this. And these would be my Lenormand houses. And then Mildred Payne would go on top of it to be the readers. My bluebird. Love, love, love. Okay. So anyway, this deck is incredible. The production is absolutely amazing. The cards feel amazing. The sides are already blacked. Like, it's just great. Okay. The crown. So again, Tarot Association, this is in the non-Lenormand part. Leaf, sunflower, the lion. It's just amazing. Okay. Okay. So that is my number 4. Chris says, I don't know why, but hearing that this is based on RWS symbolism makes me want it. Oh, Donna, this is Antiquities of Magic Oracle, and it says volume 1, so I hope someday there's a volume 2 because I cannot get enough of symbols decks. Holy moly. Okay, but there is now a mini, which I have. Yes, Jillian C. Wild, thank you, creator of Naked Heart. She also has an RWS deck coming out, and she also has an animal oracle coming out. If you like the look of this, check her out, get her newsletter. She sends good stuff. And yeah, that's my number 4 on my list. So then, I'm quite certain this is back in order because I was going to do a walkthrough. I was going to record this video, but I'm like, I can't wait any more or this tag will just be done. Like, you know how I am, like reviving tags anyway. I don't need this in here. So yes, it's in order. Okay. So my number 5 Oracle, I did 5 Oracle and 5 Tarot. It just sort of worked out that way. Cosmovisions, because I had to have a James R. Eads deck in here somewhere, and I cut out Lenormand completely, as you know, and I did not include, like, Prismavisions is one of my favorite tarot decks, but I did not include that. So here we have the Cosmovisions, which beat out Prisma a little bit because of the concept of this deck. It's a lot about like in between, the space in between cards and the space in between lives and journeying through potentially different lives. And that is a huge part of my belief system. And so that's what's up. So here we go. The same artwork as the Prismavisions with the color. So that satisfies that for me. And I can have a piece of that with me in my 10. The Death card as 0. The Crow. The Swan. Love it so much. I call it my bonfire deck. The Prismavisions, which this is very similar with the dark backgrounds, but the bright or at least rich colors of what we have here. The Phoenix. Donna says I backed the mini versions on Kickstarter, and I sure did too. Oh, the Soulmates. I love it. So there's all this kind of like nod to past lives and traveling through those different lives. And this is just something that I would need to have it in my practice. The Spirit Plane, speaking my language, the Orbs, the Cosmic Tree, the Life Map. How often do I talk about this? How often do I talk about the blueprints that we make and design, and that there are still choices in there and other paths we can take, but really they're all decided. But really we have choice, blah, 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 blah. This whole thing, life map as the wheel. Yes. Karma, sacrifice, so on and so forth. I will stop there because I will just get lost in this, but let me show you some because the rest of the deck goes borderless. So let me just show you some. 10 of Trees, so you can get that full color, full bleed, full stretch image of the card. The Wanderer. Dang, I love this. Okay. The Mystic, the Protector, the Weaver, the Fighter, the Dreamer. Okay, so this goes into like archetype type of things, which I would have this to use as well. The Peacemaker. Just so you know, this is how I decided, like this has a certain spot to fill. It takes, even though I would have my archetypes notes in my book, because as you all know, that's important to me. Again, Marielle, Wild Unknown is not in here. That was very foundational for me. Yeah, but this is how it happened. So there's my 5 oracles. And jumping right in to tarot. We have my soul tarot deck, the Moonlight Tarot by Anessa. It comes in this amazing box. I mean, you can upcharge for this box, and that's what I did because, as some of you know, I ordered the stolen artwork copy first. And then when I found out that that was not the real creator, it was very high quality. Lush cardstock, came in a velvet bag, so on and so forth. Sip, sip. So once I found out the real creator, I ordered it and bought the fancy box to further support her. The Empress. This one I chose because it's basically RWS, but it includes like some sacred geometry type artwork in the background, and it has different depictions of things. So here's our cups. Our 5 cups, has like the plants in it, which isn't like Other people have done that, but I just mean it has a little bit different depictions. The world is a tree on this like mandala design. Ishi, hello. I'm sorry if I missed you earlier. Thanks for being here. The Hierophant is like having a ritual out in the woods. Bring it on. I love this. I love the crazy ass borders. Just love all of it. The Seven Pentacles, it's like this kind of haunted looking tree with things hanging from it. Just amazing. Strength card, one of my favorite ones. I love this concept. I'm so sorry. I can't remember if it's Scandinavian or what it is, but the red like cross on her face to cover like the physical eyes, that occurs throughout the deck. I just love it. Queen of Wands on her broom. She again looks pretty dancy. Love that. I love the cloudy skies. This Queen of Cups with her gray hair out in the wading pool. Just can't get enough. Super love it. The Fool reminds me of Follow the Leader artwork on the Korn album. The little girl like hopscotching off the cliff. I was done. Like when I saw this card, have to have it. It's just amazing. Look, there's dudes in it. Here's a king. He's chilling out in the woods. I read king as the earth energy, and the page as air, and I know that's opposite for a lot of people. Though, speaking of Katey Flowers, I'm pretty sure she reads those as I do too. I was so happy to find that, and I love that he's sitting on this tree trunk, you know, solid, established. He's not going anywhere. That's so that's another reason I love this. The Death card, just amazing. I just love the depictions. I love the art. I love all of this sort of like gothic-y feel. That's it. Love it. We'll go on to the next. So that's deck 6, tarot deck 1. But again, no particular order, just keeping count for myself because I can see how I might lose it. So there's my 6. 7, 8, 9. Oh, see, I knew this was going to happen. 6, 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9. Okay, look at your notes. It's okay. This is why we did this. Where is she? I put it. Okay, I've lost a deck. Hold on. Oh, here's one. 6, 7, 8. Oh, it's right there. Jesus. Okay. So here we go. Sorry. Oak, Ash, and Thorn. This was a late ad. This ended up kicking out, I mean, not line per line, but this is what replaced my mini RWS because I decided I really did need one animal tarot deck in here. And this was going to be it. I thought Wild Unknown because, again, it was one of my first decks. I am super connected to that. But sometimes I would kick out a deck because it's so ingrained in me that I thought I don't need it and I could let it go. Just hypothetically, not really letting anything go. Do you understand what I'm saying? So originally I didn't like RWS way back when I knew other color palettes existed, then I started liking it more. However, I always loved Wild Unknown, but it's so in my head that like I don't need it, right? There's something romantic about it. I'm letting it go for this list. So what I chose was Oak, Ash, and Thorn because it's beautiful. It has like that storybook kind of artwork. It has nighttime sky, which is something I need a lot of. So we have the star here, just so beautiful. No people. I had to have something like that. As you know, what finally like pushed me over the edge with it, also things, night sky where we don't usually have night sky, like the world. Okay, love it. Give me the black sky and stars. There's rain throughout this deck, which I love. Tarot of the Holy Spectrum has like my favorite Queen of Cups in it. She's just like standing out in the rain, and I'm like, that is me, okay? But there was just no room. This has one of my favorite sun cards. I have like 3 favorite sun cards, and they're all like not traditional. I'm going to see if I can find it just quickly here. The Hierophant, like this owl with the key. Oh my gosh. Gerald, I'm really not. But I just had to say it. The Hanged Man, there's more rain. I love it. Let me see. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. And I don't want to take up. Oh, there it is. Okay. Sun card with rain. That's how brave Stephanie and Adam are to make a deck, a sun card with the rain. This is it. This is it for me. I love it. Okay. All right. So there's deck 7. Y'all, this was hard to do, but it's okay. I'm glad. I really wanted to do it for some reason. So there we go. There's my 7. I'm going to save that. My 8 is Tarot of the Abyss. I love this deck. I think it's super beautiful. I was tortured over whether I would pick this or the Light Seers. Full disclosure, because they were gifts from Chris and I had to have one of them with me. I ended up choosing Tarot of the Abyss because it has birthday energy for me. And I thought I could I would really like a black and white to use my Kelly Oracle with, so that I could layer colors on top of this black and white. So that's why that one won out over Light Seers. Yeah, so this is my number 8, 9, 10. Okay, I can hardly believe I chose 10, so I keep counting. So this is it. Plus, this is an RWS mostly. There are some changes, which I really like, but I mean, it's not unrecognizable to the RWS, right? And it's beautiful artwork, and there are people. So this can be like my humanity deck, you know, earthier vibe than some of the other things I've chosen right after I show you an animal deck, but you know what I mean. I like how the people are depicted. As you know, that's a big thing for me. That's why I like the Way Home Tarot. That's one of the 50 reasons I love the Way Home, even though it's not on this list, because of how the courts are depicted. But this, I just love the scenery here. And even though I didn't choose Majestic Earth, that is just scenic, earthy pictures. Like, look at her. Like, that's my girlfriend. Amazing. And I love the flowy clothes. Like, so this, like, fulfilled a lot of those things for me. The people being, you know, figures I like and things like that. So Sarah says I'd be all over it if it weren't monochrome. Well, or she is coloring hers, and maybe you would want to take this as one of your 10, and then you'd have something to color. Okay. Plus, we've already talked about like the 2 different 3 of Swords that look like, the one looks like Draco to me, and then the other one came up, you know, that whole moment I had. Anyway, this is kind of like a very like snippets of real world stuff. Okay. So there's that. Number 9 is New Choice, Tarot de Marseille. As many of you know, I don't read Marseille a lot, but I do love it. I do love reading pips. One of the decks I mentioned earlier that I would have in my notes, like I'd have this system in my notes, is my crystal deck by Philip Permet, Tarot of Shadows, things like that. But I wanted a pip deck with me. on this. Basically the only Marseille decks I have are like these pretty pastel ones. Okay, so like I'm just a Marseille poser. Let's take a sip for that. Okay, here are the backs. The other reason I chose this is because I did not choose any of my plant oracles, like my Botanica deck. Is that what it's called? The Jessica Bott one, the purple one. It's a tarot and oracle together. That was tempting because, man, anyway, this is beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. I wanted a pip deck. This deck also comes with the flower associations for every card. So that kind of fulfilled that like plant side for me and having that extra association because I love all of the associations. Give it all to me. Sip, sip, poser, yes. Like absolutely. Rochelle. This was a fun hashtag to do, but man, was it difficult for me. I'm going to have to watch hers because I see Rochelle commenting everywhere. I've been commenting like, wow, I don't know if I can do this. So I will definitely check it out. The placement is traditional Marseille placement. Again, needed pips. I love this deck is beautiful. It's just amazing. I love the art and the fashion and the concept and the purpose behind the design of this deck and the choices made, all of this. I love that to me, I don't know the genders of these people, but I love that Temperance looks more like a guy here to me. Because we were talking in Chris, Richie, Gerald, Ben in recurring themes chat the other day. We're talking about like Michael and Gabriel being in it. So I love that we get, to me, male presenting Temperance. It's just beautiful and it fulfills all these things for me. And I thought I have to have one. I have to have one Marseille and or pip deck. And so this is what I went with. It's incredible. Oh. Yes, Govinda says, I love how the flowers and the minors give extra meaning to the cards. You don't have to rely on the numerology. Yes. Yep. And I love it for both. Did I show the backs? I think so. Anyway. Whew. Yeah, Sarah, that was totally me. And I wanted to. I read it just how I read anyway, like numerology plus the depiction. Not anything more specifically Marseille than that. I typically read RWS Lovers, like the Marseille Lovers was intended to be, but I know there are other differences in there, but that's just how I read everything. And so for me, I needed what was pretty to me. So that was deck number 9, and we are here at the last one, which is also in a Kelly bag. This is my Idiosyncra deck that the amazing Jennifer King sold to me for not $600. Bless her heart. This was my gem. I wanted this so badly when I first came on the scene, and I saw, guess who, Imogen Walters show this, and I was like, shit. I'm like, I need that deck. It's the cutest. And then I didn't know like out of print was a thing. So I get to work or whatever because I was listening in the car and I'm like pulling it up to see where it is, only to find that it is a ghost town of wishing and wanting for this deck. I was like, what? It's out of print. What does that mean? Print another one. Okay. Again, I was like 3 weeks into Tarot Tube when I found this. It is vector art. Jessica Bott is creating a card a week. She is redoing this deck. From what I can tell, she's not a super fan of this one. Or she's evolved from it and she's like, why does everyone love this kind of thing? But I mean, she's very real and down to earth and very cool and whatever. But, you know, like Radiohead and Creep, like they stopped playing it for a long time because they're like, we hate the song. Why do you like it so much? Okay, so it's one of these things. Extra card. Look how cute it is. Frick, I love crystals hanging from trees. Oh, the stones are crystals. Chris, I was having like such a dilemma in my life. And then I started searching. I'm like, that's fine. I'll get one on eBay. I know how to do this. And I went and it was like $600, please. But it was already gone. That was already gone. Sold for $600 a year ago. I was like, wow, this is terrible news for me. Again, no people in here. I love like the different takes on, look at the temperance card. Give me the space vibes. Yeah, because this is me. That's my temperance, okay? So again, the cracked amethyst. Is that right? Yes. The cracked amethyst on Instagram. You can see her new updated version of this. It's a full bleed, borderless. It is more evolved in the art style, though I say that with all the love in the world because like I love this. But just in case you're interested, there's a form of this coming back and a form that maybe you might like more. Now I love the little dotted line around the image and everything. I love everything about this. So I will absolutely have the new one. The Magician. Anyway, Four of Swords, so on and so forth. Let me show you a couple of my favorites. The Seven of Cups, the tea on the shelf, right? I want to say, I don't know this, but this might have been the first sort of depiction like this because it has come up since then. The transient light reminds me of some of the cards, like the concepts in here, but there's been a lot in between, but not like a copy. I'm not saying that, but just that idea of like that homey vibe, like the Three of Cups, right? Okay. So anyway, that is my number 10. The 10 of Stones, like the jewelry, Julie Rose, Peekaboo Rose, her inspired tarot has like a jewelry cabinet card like this. Love it. Love it. Okay. The Hermit, I'm sorry, how cute. All right, I'm done. Whew, 49 minutes. Thank you all for hanging out. We're going to stay, but I'm just dismissing the people that are here to see the 10 or people who are watching back for the tag and the VR. That's it. That's my 10. I don't know how I did it, but I did. And I love all of you. It's fine. I love you so much. Okay. That's that. So now I will go through and catch up on comments a little bit. I see something about like purchasing during lives. Hell, last week I purchased something during my own live. So that's fine. Oh, okay. But yes, I had to have this because I searched for it so long. I got so lucky. Just amazing. I don't know where this came from. And so I had to have that in my 10. That's it. Moonlight Tarot. So it's Inessa. And if you look on, I think on Etsy, that's her first name. And you can find, I haven't seen any of like the other person disappeared. So I haven't seen them selling. So the only thing I think you would have to be worried about is like a secondhand one. Oh. Sorry, not winking at you, something in my eye. Okay. Did we just watch a mother pick her favorite child out of all of her kids? Kind of. It was really hard. Oh yes, and I saw Sandra had a good secondhand purchase experience, a 1996 copy of the new Palladini Tarot, still shrink wrapped. That's awesome. Let me see. Isabel said not drawn to this one, though you might be drawn to the new version. I actually have a picture on my phone because I was going to post it in the group, but I didn't. Rochelle says, I love tarot, but I just don't see myself spending that kind of money on a deck. Yeah, no, I know. I ended up spending $200 on it, and I was happy to do that. Print another one. I really, wow. I was like, out of print. What the fuck? And then like I went to her page and everything, and she's like, do not ask me for more of these. I would never do that anyway. But I was like, wow, this Bia is done with this deck. Okay. Okay, I think I'm back, but I kind of skipped some things. Not that I put much thought into this. Oh man, it was really hard. It was really, really hard. Oh, Sandra has another Kelly pouch on the way. I've taken the last few weeks off because I need to be going back into like hibernation spending mode. I do have a baby coming, and my babies need formula, so it's not cheap. Kim, hello and welcome. I almost said happy Friday, but happy Wednesday. I hope I don't mess you all up and you just like, but I mean, tomorrow is kind of like the weekend for people here in the States anyway. So let me find this picture because, oh my gosh, who are all these people? Because it's amazing and you can see the side by side. So if you get on her Instagram, you can see she's doing a card a week, so she's not like overwhelming herself. This is the creator. She did like the body image deck as well. I don't have any of that. Ugh. But all you can see is like the window and the reflection, but you can kind of tell. Yeah. There's the new updated one. Put it up here in the dark. Yeah. So you can check out her Instagram and see the new version of that. What was I going to show you? So we have the mini now. Her name is Jessica. Oh, Jesus. Okay, that's fine. My laptop is mini, and I'm used to typing in my work laptop. Amethyst. Okay, so Inessa is the Moonlight Tarot person. Jessica Bott is the correct amethyst on Instagram. My nerves are like, I tried to like stay on task for that last part, and now you get normal me back. So that's why I let the strangers from the future go. Scissors, where are you? There they are. Okay. Oop. It was hard not to choose so many things. It's fine. You know, I don't have to keep saying it. I was like, but what about my whispering spirits? Her name is now Jessica Jesus. Sometimes she signs it like J-Bot, but I have seen Jessica still too. So if she happens to watch this someday and I'm saying your name not how you prefer anymore, please excuse me for that. Trash pile. Okay, now, Chris, I will read you a little bit of Antiquities of Magic so you can know what this deck is all about. Smaller box. It doesn't have like the big one, but it's still super. Production is so nice. It's beautiful. Comes with this little book. The purpose of this deck is to help connect you with the meanings of symbols, so when they show up in your readings or your life, you can have faith in what they mean to you. It is a tool to bridge your inner and outer worlds, so you stay aligned with your path, purpose, and the magic of life. The universe is constantly speaking to us through signs, symbols, and synchronicities. When we understand the meaning behind the messages and stay attuned to our intuition, we can connect to life in a more trusted and meaningful way. Volume 1, again, she says this. Give me Volume 2. The Symbols in Antiquities of Magic Oracle Volume 1, Traditional Tarot Symbols, focuses on the symbols found in the Rider-Waite-Smith Traditional Tarot deck. These symbols address the human condition, our intuition, and personal growth. These particular symbols act as a gateway to the subconscious and intuitive mind. They tell a detailed and elaborate story that covers the many facets of the human condition. And then a quote, the true tarot is symbolism. It speaks no other language and offers no other signs. Arthur E. Waite. So there you go. It talks about different ways to get to know the cards. It goes into the history of the symbol, learning the traditional tarot, spell creation, dream work, pocket-sized guidebook, why she did that, blah, blah, blah. So we start out with angel. Keywords: unconditional love, protection, guidance, compassion, celestial communication. Tarot card reference. This is why I love this too. The Lovers, Wheel of Fortune, Temperance, Judgment, Queen of Heart, Queen, Heart of Swords. What? Anyway, the Lovers, Wheel of Fortune, Temperance, Judgment, and Queen of Swords. But with Queen, it has heart in parentheses. So then, Antiquities of Magic, History of Symbolism. The angel is symbolic of blah, blah, blah. And then it gives an oracle message. So you can use this as like a one-card draw, right? Or you can use it to build your knowledge of tarot or add to it. Armor, and then relates to, it gives the tarot card references again for each one. So that is amazing. Right, so here's like the bench, the keywords, the tarot card reference, this symbol history that she gives you, and then this whole from here, and this entire second page, this is all the oracle message of this card. So it's very, it's content heavy, right? It's really awesome. Okay, so let's see. Okay, wait. Trash pile. Where did, oh, it's buried, of course. Oh, my 10, that was crazy. Okay, that I don't want sitting there. Let's just build this tower over here. Yikes. And we'll get this out. So the other book is, hold on. Like this. Yeah. Okay, these really don't even look. You guys, these are the same size. The deck is the same size. Okay, so just the book is pocket, right? The deck is the same. I was just going to say, I'm like, this does not seem like different to me. And it's not. So hold on, this is my deck that I've already split. You guys, it's not even smaller. So in the description, it was like poker-sized, poker-sized cards. And I was like, aren't they already poker-sized? Like, they're small cards. Sip, sip. So, like, I would send this to you, Chris, or Sandra, or other people who love it. But you know how that works. It doesn't. So I can't. Though I might do UPS next time and just see if that works. Okay, so I just don't want to mix these up now. Angel, the cardstock's exactly the same. The coloration is a little bit different. The new coloration is a little bit richer, but these are the same. Okay, so, but I'm going to use these anyway because now I can do houses. So this is the older one and this is the newer one. And I don't know if you can tell here, but the color is, I'm going to say cleaned up a little bit, even though that's probably not the accurate. It's a little bit brighter. So that's something to know. But like in general, when I'm just looking at them, it's not super evident to me. No, Jamie, it's not. The cards are not, they're the same size. Just this is mini and the packaging. So that's why she's talking about the book. Hold on, let me put these back before. Coffin is my old one and this is my new one. New one. new one. Okay. So just the packaging. I know. I know. I was like, poker size. I think that's what size the current one is. So it's just, yeah, it is tricky. The packaging is smaller. So it's a small box now and a small book. So you can put this, like throw this in your bag. That's what it is. And just a smaller book. That's why there was that little, Tony, this is Antiquities of Magic Oracle. And so the book is smaller. Asking the cards. The guidebook was intentionally created as a pocket-sized version so you can take it on the go, tuck it in your purse, bag, or your pocket, discover and learn the symbols as they present themselves to you in real-life situations. So it's just, this is the whole thing now. Instead of the big book and the big box. And this being the whole thing. Okay. Sandra says, that's a bit naughty though. People expect smaller cards. I know. Just with what I've seen so far, like I would take the bigger book because like with my Benebell planner, I always get like the full size instead of like the little traveler one. Like I just want it. I sell bags and purses. I have big ones. So I don't mind carrying like the library with me. So I would always opt for like the bigger one. But as you know, this is one of my top 10 decks. So I'm happy to have both of them. You know what we could do? We could circle punch. We could circle punch the other deck. Amazing. Okay. Though maybe, well, I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. Plus, this one has room to write in. You can write your own little notes, your intuitive thoughts about the card. So for me, like a lot of people are like, oh, I love X, Y, and Z because I can throw the tin in my bag or whatever. But just so you know, no, this is fine. That is shit. So sorry. Although maybe you shouldn't have pressed the buy button so fast in the live. No, I did. No, please don't be sorry. I love this deck and I will super enjoy having two. I will use them one way or another. I will make a giant deck out of it. It really does not matter to me. It wasn't like super expensive or anything, but I do remember because it went to Amazon, I was looking, I'm like, okay, poker size cards, like making sure I was getting the right thing. But like somewhere in the back of my mind, I'm like, these cards are already small. Like I thought it was going to be like Mildred mini, but I'm like, why does it say poker size? So totally my fault. I got way too giddy and just ordered it, like you said. But again, it's amazing. I can gift it. I know, Jamie. I know. I need a drink now. I know, I was so excited. But I wonder if I could trim, because I haven't really trimmed anything, but maybe, you know, I'm stellar with a circle punch. Yeah, but see, like the wreath isn't going to fit on there. No, I think I'll just have to leave it. Unless I somehow wanted to make like little tokens out of it or something. But no, I think what I would really do is, well, I could trim around like the words and stuff and use that, but who knows if I'll ever do that. This, I will probably gift it or just use it as a double. We're going to need a bigger circle punch. Okay, so there's that. It's just the box and the book that are smaller, kids. Anyway. Sip, sip. Okay, let's see what else we have. What is actually mini is the Wild Unknown Pocket Tarot. I opened this, maybe some sort of art project with it also like, oh, you're so smart. You know what's up? I can journal with it, like put the cards in. They are beautiful. They're so beautiful. Yes, I can, Jamie. I think what I'll do is I'll like photo journal them. Yes, and I do love the cards, so I'll have to think about this. If I have a friend who doesn't mind the mini book, maybe I will try to send it, or I could do that. Yeah, I'm definitely, it's it's just twins. It's more kids. It's fine. I love them both. Okay. So, the Wild Unknown. I love you. I'm sorry I didn't put you on the list. Okay. Or I can swap it. See, all kinds of good ideas. To use Hen Henry's sweet friendship term, queen fuck. Yes. I was thinking about journaling stuff as well around the symbols. Yeah, you could do like really amazing stuff with that actually. So here we have, there you are picking your favorite kid again. Yeah, Donna, I've been talking to all the rest of my decks all week. I'm like, listen, I love you all. I'm just doing this for YouTube. It was fun to do though. And I so love seeing other people's 10. And this time, for some reason, I really wanted to do it. Like, I'm like, okay, if I really had to get down to it, what would it be? So yeah, and there are some like cute little changes. Well, I have the first edition of the regular size. So I don't know. But like Justice had a rainbow behind it now. And maybe that's how it is in the second edition. I remember Gerald and Tomorrow's a Jen were on last night, 4 p.m. my time on Tarot Stash doing a deck casual for Wild Unknown. And Gerald mentioned when Chris and Justin and I did a chat about this. And I think Justin and Chris both have a later edition than me because we saw some differences as we were going through cards. But what my point is that there's rainbow behind the Justice card in here. And that's the only thing I noticed. I didn't look at them side by side. And so I was like, weird. I wonder if that's just a little cute add-on for this deck or if it was like that before. Because the Lovers, maybe this one too. Maybe mine doesn't have color. Trying to remember. Oh, my High Priestess. I love the High Priestess card, and White Tigers are my favorite. Did you know that? And plus there's an orb, and I love orbs like equally with pumpkins and crescent moons as objects. So I love this. Yeah, Orshi, you should check it out. Oh, right. It ended up being 4:30. Yes, which actually worked out better for me. So thank you. I wouldn't be able to close my eyes around the left out ones anymore. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go like on a reading spree with the decks that I didn't choose as my 10. Yeah, there are a lot more like within the past 5 days. I just love watching the 10 because it's kind of like, and I just assume everyone loves all of their decks. Like, but there have been a couple people like Robin and Shauna said, I was surprised how easy it was. Shauna said I was surprised how easy it was to choose my 10. I'm like, wow, that's not my life. And I see you, Chris. Hold on. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay. Oh yeah, okay. Love it. So what was I talking about? Oh, aside from people that say this was really easy for me to do. Oh, and Robin had said it was hard for me to come up with a 10. If people don't say that, then I just assume it was really hard for them. Plus, almost everyone's like, this was so hard for me to do. But, you know. Anyway, Daughter of Swords. This is one I love. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it's got like little chakra stars all around. Plus, it also reminds me of like the Seven Sisters, like the Pleiades. Oh, love this card. Someone's calling me, but I don't think I need it. I love deer, and there are deer in this deck. It's just amazing, and it's super cute and mini. So there you have it. Comes in a tin. Boop. Okay. I have one more thing to show you if you want to stick around. Should we do, did I have 2 more things? One more thing. Oh, because we did Antiquities already. Yeah, the owls are super cute. The tin is super cute. Amazing. Okay. Debbie says, I only have about 30 total decks. Top 10 would be anticlimactic. I mean, now it's in a tin, I might consider it. Yes, it's really cute. 6 came really quickly, but I had to think through the others. I want to do it again next year to see if my taste has changed. I haven't seen your, I need to catch up. Like every day I look for a couple, like while Max is falling asleep, I sit in his room. And now like the past few days, it's just like exponentially, like there's so many. Yeah, Rochelle says, I ended up counting my collection last night because I wasn't sure, and I have about 125, so only picking 10 was rough for sure. I haven't even attempted to count mine in about a year. I want to say the last time I counted, it actually was probably like pre-pandemic, like right before that all kicked off. And at that point, I think I had 100 tarot and 100 oracle, or like I'm very even, or I was then. Or 125 and 125. And again, that was before pandemic shopping. So I have no idea. Collection video is coming. I just need to figure it out. Govinda says, I think I will do this. That would be amazing. And it's just, I just had to tell myself it's just for fun. Okay. Do we want to see one more? A few cards of Sacred Creators. We don't have to go through the whole thing. I don't have any versions of this. I got this for $10 on the Hay House sale. I bought 4 of them as my little Good Vibe Tribe gifts for my friends this year. So let's just slice this open and take a look, and then I will let you all go on with your Wednesdays. Donna says, I have the wild unknown animal spirit, but for some reason the tarot hasn't appealed to me. And that's, I hear that too. A lot of people have the archetypes and love that. And they're like, I didn't want either of the other decks. So it's whatever. Okay, Kristen says yes, please. Or she says she loves this oracle. Yeah, and I'm curious to know now, but I think it's probably the same because I really, Rachel's talking about my collection being even, and I really do love, I just love using both. And so I would kind of assume I'm still about even. Oh, yeah. Yum. Oh, man. Oh, Gov says I use this deck in tarot therapy. That's amazing. Oh, this is Rachelle's most favorite. She has the indie. Well, Isabel, good news. I'm not going to be live on Friday. This is our Friday. So don't come here Friday at 9. I won't be here. But next week I should be back on. So, oh, no, I know what you're saying. I'm an idiot. Sorry. You're going to miss that I'm not here on Friday. You know that I'm not here on Friday. Brain is fried. Regina wants to know, Gerald, are there any contracts about the cooking of cabbage? What is he saying? I'm having my people check with others' people to work out the contracts to do a live VR to this hashtag. Stay tuned. I know. And I said I was going to record, but I wouldn't be able to get recording stuff set up until this weekend. And I just didn't want to wait anymore because I don't know why. Just had to get it done. Once I felt pretty good about my list yesterday, I was like, all right, I have to stop. I can't. Veronica Jude. I love the Sacred Creators deck. I use it to pull and give a tarot card direction. I never use them just alone. That is amazing. I will have you all know that on my first list, see, and then I was going back and forth. I'm like, should I use my first instinctual list that I made for this only 10 decks? And I will have you know that my Veronica Jude deck was on there. And I had a major dilemma removing it from the 10. Oh my God. But what I decided was I'm not going to use any like people I know decks because then I was just going to feel bad. It was just terrible. This was a terrible project. Thanks for hanging out. Overthinking can spoil the magic. You are magic. Overrate your intuition. I got really good feedback about a tarot reading yesterday too that I did for someone like months ago. And that was great. It was a great day. You, the muse. You are epic. The colors are really amazing and beautiful. This will look really good with the Archetypes deck. In the Kelly Fitzgerald deck. Oh, I guess I used a Kelly deck, but does that count? I don't know. Move beyond intention to belief. I like that. Collaboration of souls. This feels like very like dry matte, if that makes sense, right? It's not rose petally. I love that either way, but just so you know, choose who you are becoming. Fierce serenity. Integrate your knowing. Changes. Oh, I love this. Even if a thing is sacred and beautiful and you think you have it set up just perfectly, sometimes some of it has to blow away to create something else. Ooh. Your past supports your future. I love that there's something about the past because you know how I am. We can't really just leave it behind. That's part of that integration. Find your sacred flow. Success and transformation. Do you know what this reminds me of? What is it called? Oh, it's right here. Inner Star Oracle deck, the Magic Edition. Written and designed by Joe Klima. Okay. This reminds me of this. Success. Okay, so here's the deck it reminds me of. The Star, what the hell? Inner Star Oracle deck. The Magic Edition. Another deck you already have, maybe. Tony, are you calling me out? Look at that. Success and transformation, an unfolding lesson. See how nicely these fit together? Let's do more. Activate your mind and balance. There we go. Boop. Underlying pattern and the distraction of shiny things. That is an underlying pattern that I have. Look how beautiful these are together. Intentional legacy, light in the unexpected. It's amazing, right? Clarity of insight and the spark of hustle. Nice, right? Okay, let me keep going. Nourish the sacred feminine. We probably won't do all of these, but welcome to the divine masculine. I love it. What's your honest truth? Fill your cup with sacred giggles. Raw intention. Follow through. Accept and receive. Befriend the world. Wait, befriend the world. Polarize. No, that's why it didn't make sense, because I'm reading the wrong words. Befriend the word. Polarize. Let me go back and make sure I'm not missing things. Me? You love me? I always pick the most interesting decks. Okay. Well, thank you. Thinner than the light seers. About the decks going together, Rochelle, I think. That was about the timing there. Starseed Oracle would be a good match. Yes, yes, yes. Draw a card from the deck for us. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. And then we can, I will let you go. Is that the wind or my child? Yeah, his little timer is running out. Yes, and I see Orshi saying I like this deck because of its connection to the tarot, and I'm seeing that a lot in here. Alex. Yes, but we're going to go. We're going to draw a card and go. But please watch back my 10. The first 49 minutes is me going over the 10. Oh, yes, we need to integrate it. I gotcha. Very good. Okay. Yes, I'm still alive. It's been a project. Plus, I'm going to miss you all for a couple days. So I will be back Tuesday for archetypes, though. Okay, here we go. I want 2. Ooh. Cozy up with risk. Oh. Thank you so much for pointing that out to me. See, this is a thing. I'm not like Kelly Fitz and like I don't like read a little bit of the book to like figure out what's going on. I just jump right in there. Thank you so much for telling me that. I would have eventually figured it out. And I really did think, like when I saw the lion, I'm like, that's very much like strength. Okay, thank you. Wow. Hey, Mel. Okay, cozy up with a risk. Plus, I love that they have numbers because I will make that into something that means something. Like, I'm like, oh, it's a 7. Okay, like I will make it a thing. And rise. So my intention was for collective energy for us for this, for us in the States this holiday weekend, and for all of you. So this is for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That was my intention when shuffling. So for our next 4 days ahead, cozy up with risk and rise. Now this could be anything, right? I like to take the Kim Krans approach and bring it down to a micro level. For me, I might be risking, like my goal for this weekend is to really get the baby's room done, like cleared out. I made really good progress on Veterans Day on 11/11. I also did some more. I moved some of my inventory out of there a couple days ago. Sip, sip. So for me, the risk is because that's just what I'm thinking about right now. It's about, it can be a small thing that you might not think is normally risk. For me, going into that room and knowing I might get a little overwhelmed and I might get a little frustrated about it, that's all the risk is to me. Okay. It's just about doing it. Okay. So, and then rise. So this positive outcome. So for me, that's what it is. Doesn't have to be some kind of like crazy risk, right? We can minimize it. What is a risk to you, right? On a personal level, it might not even sound like a risk to anyone else. You might be saying, go in the fucking room and just clean it. Like, my risk of going in there is that I get overwhelmed and then I stop, right? So it can be just anything. So yeah. Success is on the other side of risk, right? It can be anything to you, right? It doesn't have to be stereotypical risk. Diane, hello. Thank you for joining us. The first 49 minutes of this video is me going through my 10 decks in case you're interested. Oh, okay. Saw it in someone else's walkthrough. Yes, thank you for that insight. Yeah, no, the colors are amazing. Isabel, yes, I've separated myself at the moment. Hubby has COVID and I'm sleeping in the lounge. So, right, you're just being as cozy as you can within that. I'm being attacked by a poodle. Rumor approves. Very good, very good. And yes, the picking only 10 is risky. Now I'm like, how can I show all of my other decks? Now I'm going to start, okay, so the synchronicity happened again. I thought, you know what, to make up to my little decks that I left out, I'm going to start a Why I Love My, and then like whatever deck it is, and just gush over it. And then Lennon Smith posted yesterday, I think, Why I Love My blah, blah, blah deck. I like swear we're all on the same, we're not, but sometimes some of us are on the same track, path, loop, whatever. Okay. So there we go. Let me read the book to you for those of you who are not familiar, just so you have a little idea. And then I swear I will let you go. Oh my gosh, I'm not reading the whole thing. That's wrong. 61. Hold on. The page numbers are not the same as the card numbers. Essential meanings: fearless pursuit of your dreams, an ability to successfully manage calculated and uncalculated risk, pushing past fear, new opportunities, creative expansion of what's possible, learning to control the monkey mind, learning to bless fear and move ahead anyway, focusing on the goal. The self-care message: feeling stuck and inability to move forward. See, it's about the room. Feeling controlled by fear or uncertainty, time to release negative thought patterns, being realistic about risk tolerance. Fear of risk is paralyzing growth. The potential to be taking too many uncalculated risks to the point of recklessness, right? So we don't just want to be thoughtless about these things. And then 57, essential meanings: being ready to rise, rebirth, second chances, redos, new opportunities, stepping up to your potential, announcements. Does that sound like baby talk to you? That's just because what I'm thinking. Bye, Gerald. Self-care message: endings, the need for acceptance of defeat before the rebirth, knowing when it's time to stop, a time to implement changes before you can rise again. There you go. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and going through my decks. My 10. I did it. Okay. Yeah, and check out other people's tags. I will go back and link Katie Flower's original video here in the description. I was just on my phone last night setting up this event, so I did not do it at that time, but I'm saying it right now, so I remember to do that. Thank you, Katie, for this tag, and thank you to everyone who has participated. It is seriously so fun to see everyone's 10 and how painful or not painful it was for them to complete. have a really awesome Wednesday. If you're celebrating the long weekend, focus on what you are thankful for and be kind and be safe. And I love you lots. And I will see you Tuesday for Archetypes. Thank you so, so much for being here.